Hey everybody, just got in from the comic book store, bought a big heap. It seems like that's way every week now. Way more comics than I really should get. But how can we help ourselves? There's just so much good stuff out there right now. And yeah, I think, I'm always in such a rush. I think I did not get Secret Six because I got so many, and I just have this bad feeling that Secret Six won't be good. Now I'll look through the stack and find I do have it. We'll see. No, it doesn't look like it's there. I was pretty psyched to get Penny Dora already. Feels like this just came out maybe 3 weeks ago. But good to see they're consistently putting it out. I think it's just going to be a 6-issue series, although it doesn't say that on the cover. First issue was fun for me and really, really fun for my daughter. And speaking of my daughter, she's still liking Gotham Academy. She liked Gotham Academy issue number 2 almost as much as she liked issue number 1. I liked issue number 2 a little better. We'll see where this goes. I'm getting used to the artwork. That's a pretty cool cover. So hopefully both of us will still like it. I probably will need to preview it to make sure it remains appropriate for her. I mean, it's kind of funny that it's rated T, and so are many comics that are totally not appropriate for her. So there's that. Swamp Thing, the sort of bittersweet final act of the fantastic Charles Soule run. I think there's 3 more issues after this. I think he ends at issue 40. So that's good. Good to see Jesus Saez's name on the cover too. Really excellent. Mixed feelings about... I'm jumping on BPRD. I've been getting Baltimore. So I've been going further into and I've got digitally a bunch of Witchfinder comics just recently. So I'm going deeper into the Mignola verse. I haven't really read... I've read snippets of Hellboy here and there over the years. But I'm not sure, I'm not so keen on the 1952. I'm not very excited about the year 1952. But maybe it'll be great. I'm also not... Alex Maleev is kind of a good artist. We'll have to see. Maybe that's a really interesting thing to do with Hellboy, or maybe not. We'll have to see. Generally, the Mignola-verse comics have quite a bunch of really good artists. Always psyched for Future's End. I didn't get to do my comic book thoughts for last week yet. Maybe I'll get a chance to get to them. I'm just doing this because I have a free moment before my family gets home. They went out without me to a cafe. The last 2 issues of this, unlike most of the previous stuff, which were lots of story threads, were sort of single thread issues. So last issue was the invasion of Cadmus Island and the seeming destruction of Brother Eye, which is interesting because, anyway, that seemed kind of central to the original setup of the story, although we had a clue that maybe Brother Eye's not dead, of course. So I don't know what this issue will be about. I see 2 versions of Batman on the cover, so that's interesting. Tooth and Claw, The Autumn Lands. Apparently they had to change the title of this because there had previously been comics called Tooth and Claw, so they just added on The Autumn Lands. I think that was a smart way to go rather than completely change the title. Like this cover. Interesting cover on the back too. Thinner than the first issue, of course. First issue being like 50 pages long. But still, I'm looking forward to that. Mixed feelings here because I have loved Justice League 3000. But I have no history with this beloved team of the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. I have disliked Booster Gold whenever I've come across him. Have not really formed much of a Blue Beetle feeling. And I was quite happy and found the characters already in here very interesting. I don't know if I want Booster Gold and Blue Beetle to take over. Maybe I'll be totally in love with this issue as much as I've been with all the other Justice League 3000s, but a little trepidation. Oh, looks like maybe I got a variant cover on Gods Hates Astronauts without noticing. At least it's not a cover by the main artist. Gods Hate Astronauts is what it is. Axe Cop for grown-ups. I kind of hope there's something a little more to it. Probably not plot-wise, but artistically. It's definitely very, very funny. Batman Eternal, last few issues have been quite good. Still a sting because I view Batman Eternal now as the ugly stepsister of the Batman universe because they were trumped by all the other Bat books when they were supposed to be the creator of the continuity. So they've kind of screwed over by continuity. But anyway, cool cover. Batman jumping out of the Batmobile. Or just kind of surfing on the Batmobile through the air. Who wouldn't want to do that? Birthright. Very cool cover. You know, it's funny. I really enjoyed the first two issues of Birthright, but I have this psychology with indie books, like they could go wrong on me at any moment. Although usually the indie books are more consistent than the Marvel and DC books, but the Marvel and DC books have the back history of character and such, so they do feel more comfortable that they can only go so far afield. They can only get screwed up so much, right? Birthright could go in any direction, and that makes me a little nervous. Looney Tunes, probably very predictable. Really looking forward to reading this with my sister. My sister. Maybe she's like my little sister, but she's my daughter most of the time. I will not let my daughter get anywhere near this, just by reputation. I've never read a single issue of Crossed, only have the vaguest idea of it being like some incredibly bloody variation on the zombie apocalypse. But Alan Moore has written so many of the greatest comic books in comic book history that I wanted to give it a try. Like, why does Alan Moore want to write Crossed? So maybe this will lead me to investigate more of Crossed, a book I probably need to make sure is never lying around where my daughter can come across it. Grayson, I got the, is that the way around? I guess it is, or does it go this way? I got the variant cover by Darwin Cook. Nice cover. When I saw the previews for these covers, I assumed they were gateways. But of course that would cost more money. But the digital versions are more striking. I was looking at them on a 20-inch or 22-inch monitor. I still love this cover, but I would love a book, just a coffee table book, a huge coffee table book full of Darwin Cook covers. So yeah, I did not get... I had really planned to get Secret 6 up until a day or two ago, and for some reason I started thinking... Or no, at first I saw an art preview online, and I was not at all interested in that art. And I'd already been nervous about Gail Simone trying to go back and recapture whatever the magic chemistry of the Secret Six was in the past. And just sort of feel like Gail Simone shouldn't be writing for DC right now for numerous reasons. Just things have not gone that well for her there. But maybe I will pick it up next week when I have less books. I think Ghost Critic complained about getting 12 books. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books. So that's 7 to 9 books is what I have time to read in a relaxed kind of way during the week. So it's going to be hard to get through all of these. Although some of these I'll be reading with my daughter, and that will be a different kind of thing in a way. So yeah, and I On Twitter, I saw that T said she was going to get 22 books today. I suppose Wonky Ninja's probably gotten, 49 books or something like that. Wonder how many books you've gotten. And is your stack growing? Mine certainly is. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.